everybody. Welcome back to the STR investing community. And in this video, Frank from Hostfully is going to break down 5 rules to help you navigate through direct bookings. Everyone's asking about it. Everyone's talking about it. It's super important to the success of your business. And so, Frank, what do we need to know, man? What are these 5 rules?
Yeah, thanks again. Just wanted to take the opportunity to thank you for having me, Mark. And you've heard me talk before. You know I'm a huge, firm believer in direct bookings because here's the thing. Relying on OTAs and putting all of your eggs in an OTA basket, yes, they might fill your calendar, but it doesn't build your business. So when guests book direct, you can control the brand, you can control your data, you can even control the relationship. And most importantly, it's the profit. You can control the profit. So today, I just wanted to quickly share my beliefs on the 5 rules for direct bookings, along with a few actionable items that you can take from today's call, as well as Hostfully tricks that can make that huge difference. The first one by far is owning your funnel. So if you take bookings from OTAs, I think of it as you basically renting your customers. So owning your funnel essentially means creating a clear branded path for guests to discover you, but then also trust you, which will ultimately get them to book directly with you. And that starts with your website. But it also includes your social links, your emails, your ads. And a way to kind of think about this is if someone lands on your Instagram, let's say, they should instantly know where to click to book direct. And it should lead right back to you. And the thing with Hostfully is we help direct booking sites make it super easy. All of our clients, all of our users get a professional site automatically connected to your listings, your pricing, and your calendar. And you can even embed a booking widget on your existing site if you have one, and then ultimately link it to the social bio. So no matter where guests find you, they're funneled straight to your direct booking channel. Another thing is and you'll hear this a lot, is the consistency over complexity. So we all love a fancy funnel, but let's be honest, most of us don't need one. And what really matters is showing up consistently. So sending that follow-up email, post that story on Instagram, and also replying to that review. So you don't need, which many people think, this 20-step automation. You just need to stay on top of mind of your potential guests and your followers. So use Hostfully's automated messaging, and by using that feature, you're able to send friendly follow-ups, but even rebooking offers. So for example, like after checkout, you can automatically send a message like, hey, we loved hosting you, book direct next time and save 20%. So you have that incentive for them to stay with you next time. It's really simple, it's effective, and the best part of it is it runs while you sleep. So you can also focus on other aspects of your business. The third, which could go 2 ways, and I think it's safe to say that it's contingent on the market in which your listing is located. And it's really something I see all the time, is hosts who underprice direct bookings and purposely hide fees because they think that it's going to attract more guests, but it's complete opposite. Guests can spot that a mile away. And with transparency, you'll build trust, and that trust drives conversions. So show your cleaning fees, show your minimum stays, be transparent, show any special promotions up front. And with Hostfully, you can set this consistent pricing rules across all of the different channels to which you're connected. So your direct site always reflects your best and your most accurate rate. And since it's your own channel, you can pass savings from OTA commissions back to your guests using one of our features. It's called the rate multiplier feature. And that's a win-win.
Yeah, but you got to do it, guys. But they got to do it. So I'll speak about this. I can't tell you.
Consistency over complexity, right?
For sure. I can't tell you how many times I go to a property manager's website or a direct booking website, and the price is higher than it is on the OTA. And so if you want people to book direct, you at least have to be the same price. Preferably, you pass along the little bit of savings that comes from them not booking through the OTAs to entice people to book directly. But don't be more expensive on your direct booking site than you are on the OTAs. That's just silly, right?
Yep, exactly. And using the rate multiplier feature, you can play around with all of those percentages. And of course, we integrate with the top dynamic pricing tools in the industry. So they'll do all the homework about which price is best for your market. But then you, of course, need to be transparent and ensure that that rate is across the board.
Cool. I love it, man. Keep going, Frank. What's the next one?
So of course, there's good old pricing, but you're not going to get a reservation without content that sells. So what I normally say is think of your listing and your social posts as your storefront, like your digital storefront. And ask yourself, would you walk into a store that hasn't updated its window display in 2 years? Safe to say you're not.
You wouldn't,
and
no.
it's the same for guests. I mean, fresh photos, new descriptions, new reviews, real reviews go a really long way. And don't be afraid to show you. Don't be afraid to show your brand. Hosts who share their story and their why and their personality tend to attract more repeat guests than those direct booking sites that just have a link to make a reservation. And that's where our digital guidebooks come in handy. They're one of the best tools for this because our digital guidebooks don't just help guests after booking, they help you market before booking if you use it strategically and correctly. And one way is you can share a guidebook on social or link it in your bio, and it showcases your hospitality, your local knowledge, and your professionalism before guests even arrive. And like I said in the earlier video that we recorded, Mark, it's a URL link. So include it in all of your communication, pre-arrival, during arrival, and post-arrival. The guidebook definitely goes a long way, especially with Viator partnership, where you can get commission off of that integration without even doing anything. And then lastly is measure. This one's for all the data nerds out there, not I, but also for anyone who wants to grow smarter, not harder. You can't improve what you don't measure. There's no way of looking back at your market data and the percentages and your metrics and improving from there without looking back. So I always suggest to track where your bookings are coming from, how many visitors are actually booking from that site, how much revenue you're getting from that site, which promotions convert, but also which properties are pacing, which ones are doing really well, which ones are not booking so often. The ones that are not booking, give them some more TLC, look at those metrics and figure out why. And with Hostfully, you can use UTMs on your Hostfully booking links to specifically see if a booking came from your Instagram, a partner site, or even an email campaign. So you can start simple. I would always suggest start simple. Just start with one thing. Start tracking 1 or 2 KPIs like conversion rate or repeat bookings or specific Airbnb listings that you're getting. Then every month, make one small improvement on that. And that's how you're going to build this long-term growth. And just to close this off as a recap, you want to own your funnel because that gives you control. You have to be consistent because that's what's going to help you stay visible. Transparent pricing is going to help you build trust. But also, as Mark said, transparent pricing is one thing, but making sure that they're the same across the board, that's going to make the guest feel like they trust you. Quality content sells the experience. If it's pretty to look at, they're going to want to continue. And then measuring your results help you scale with confidence. And that's the real formula here, specifically for direct bookings. And the best part about this is that Hostfully helps you do all of that in just one simple platform. So whether it's your booking site, your automated messaging, your pricing sync, your digital guidebooks, your Hostfully devices, we're here to help you take back control of your business and of your bookings. So with that being said, just remember, direct bookings aren't just about saving on fees. They're about building a brand that lasts and repeat guests that come back year after year.
Cool. Thank you, Frank, for sharing that. And I couldn't agree more, because it is really powerful, guys. We, at our property, we have people that come back year after year. We have people that come back 2 or 3 times a year, where our property is in their destination, and humans are just are creatures of habit. And so when they find a place that they love, that really, really works for them, then they want to go back to it over and over again. So controlling that equation and that part of the transaction can be really powerful. And thanks, Frank, for breaking it down into kind of those 5 simple steps. Obviously, there's a lot more than just what you learned in a 6-7 minute video, but it's at least that first step for you, because I think it's such a daunting task for people when they start thinking about it, especially if they've been very OTA dependent for years. It's hard to figure out, like, what do I do next? And so this is not the only video you're doing in this series. We've got a bunch of other videos to follow here that people can watch, where we really dive into different parts of direct booking. So thank you for being here, Frank. And guys, keep tuning in. We'll keep bringing you the value. Thanks, Frank.